In the Last Supper, there's 13 letters in the Last Supper. T H E L A S T S U P P E R, right? Notice that you have, as in the painting of the Last Supper, Mary represented the 6, counting from left to right, and Jesus represented the 7. And 6 and 7 equal 13. Of course, the 7 would be over the T because Jesus is supposed to represent the cross. But what the cross represents is a crossing over, a crossing into a dimension. You see, because when you understand that this symbology is hidden, is hidden, and it's really a deep meaning when you understand that the S represent the snake crawling up the pole, or the S represent the snake crawling over the cross. Because if you understand that in the Old Testament it talks about the snake and forming a serpent and placing the serpent over a cross, right? And that the children who were murmuring over God will be healed, where you have the same S as in the painting. The S represents Mary and Jesus, the 2 representing a sexual act of 6 and 7, the 13. And the 13 happen to be a sexual act. And let's write this down, because as you see, 13, right? And this 13 right here, 13 is really, what is 13 really? Let me make that more clear for you. Okay. What is a 13 really? Because the 13 is M. It's the 13th letter in the alphabet, right? You see. And what's so powerful about this 13 and it being M, the M is really E, right? And it's a hidden meaning because the S and the T that you thought was a T is really showing an S and an X. From this point, it's a S and an X. With the E, S, E, sideways, is an X. So in essence, you have a S, E, X. I can't make this up. It's a sexual act. I will explain to you a lot more because it's talking about a sex magic. It's talking about opening of a portal. It's talking about futuristic energy ushering into a new formation, a new order. And Leonardo da Vinci was used to help illustrate and explains these signs because it was extraterrestrial, other beings, some other dimension that helped Leonardo da Vinci sculpture and write these things into existence. So he was used as an instrument. Let's break these down. I'm going to break these signs down. The Last Supper, because these letters explain something. You see, the H in the Last Supper is saying he. Okay? The H in the Last Supper is saying he. And from 1, 2, 3, 4, there is 2 13s. Because 8 is what H is. Right? 8 is what H is. 8 is the H is the 8th letter in the alphabet. And E is the 5th letter. You see? Let's put that up here. And 5 is E. Because E is the 5th letter in the alphabet. That equals 13. And LA equals 13. So we just said that he's 13. But it also spelled out with 13 and 13, H-E-L-A. Scrambles to say heal. Heal, as in one who is a healer, the one who has his third eye open to be able to perform the sex act, one who's able to enter into the dimension to connect with the feminine, the 6, counting in the painting of the Last Supper. The Virgo is September, and the 7 represents the sun, because they are synonymous, the 13th sun, as in the painting. And Jesus and Mary is dealing with a sexual act, but it's talking about the V, as you will see the V on the image of Cancer, his shirt representing the phallus. The phallus entered into the vagina. The 13th sun. The 13th sun. I'm sorry, but I had to pause it so I could clear the board to explain to you a lot more of what's being revealed. You see. Now, let's break down the signs, because we know in the dollar bill there's the numbers 13 shown all the time. And LA represents the city of angels, because you're talking about the Elohim, the angelic realm. Okay? So we're going to underline LA, because LA is talking about a 13th. LA is 13. And the reason why I'm going to place the M here, because LA is 13, because L is the 12th letter in the alphabet, right? And A is 1. And 12 plus A equals 13. So we place the M here. And the energy that makes LA me is that as above, so below, as right is left, and left is right. So you have 13 here, and you have E right next to the M, which says me. So the letters that you see now just gave birth to, as I said, the Elohim blood, but also gave birth to show me, right? it's important that we understand that Leonardo da Vinci is a 33 and a third, and he's a painting prophet. And I'm gonna show you what he drew. He prophesied about what's to come, and he encoded something in the Last Supper. It's no mistake that there's 13 people in the Last Supper, and there's 13 letters in the Last Supper, and the hand gesture of Jesus and Mary Magdalene 4 and 13. You see. Now, let me help break some signs to you, because it started to get deep.